I want to show you now an article to get inspired when you want to create evergreen content. Here we have a complete list of evergreen content ideas for your blog. We're going to use also on Facebook pages. So you're going to read this article, okay, at this link. So first of all, we have to know that an evergreen content is a content of quality. Useful content is relevant to readers for a long term. Like we said also earlier, instead of talking about PlayStation 4, we're going to talk about gaming. Okay, so if they find this content very useful, then we'll continue to read this even if you are going to update the same content. Okay, so as you can see here, it's continuous sustained success. Here. So this is basically content, evergreen content remains relevant. This content remains relevant, okay, for a year or two and so on. So the first question is this, to see if a content is evergreen. Will people read this and think it's interesting a year from now? So if you have an article that your readers will read today, new readers will read 1 year after and will find it interesting as well, then this is an evergreen content. You should use this, because if you use this content, people will come to your website because they are looking for high quality content. But there are some keys to follow in order to create evergreen content. The first one is be the definitive source. Then you need to write for beginners, and 3, narrow your topic. Be the definitive source. That means that you are covering all aspects of a topic. So you are the ultimate resource for the topic and you're covering everything. And you should use long post. If you remember, we're talking about short post and long post. Use long post for that, and short posts like for call to actions and so on, and offers. Okay, so you need to be in depth and long post. Then you need to write for beginners, those that are experiencing your product service at the very beginning from scratch. They will read this and will understand what is your product for and your service again. So use this. Your audience is primarily beginners. Always begin at the beginning. Then you need to narrow your topic. Okay, you have specific topics are easier for readers to grasp and stick with. Specific topics are easier to write. For example, how to create a Facebook business page rather than how to create a business. So this is specific, how to create a Facebook business page, on how to build your first Facebook ad, okay, rather than how to create a Facebook business or a business on Facebook. You are very specific. Okay, here there are some ideas you can check there, like for example, for evergreen content, like how to post in tutorials, how to write a professional social media bio, and so on, or historical post, how to, or historical post, how Facebook got its start, or the origin of the 8-hour, and so on. Encyclopedic post and informational post, the complete guide to finding, okay, resource list of created content, like 8 simple copywriting tips and so on, or answers to industries FAQs, why Google authorship is so important. Okay, so if you want to go to non-evergreen content, then you use data and statistics. You give numbers of 2013, for example. Speculation and opinion, why iOS is a bad idea, or even specific content like the top ways to tweet your Winter Olympics coverage. Okay, it is related to that time. breaking news like complete coverage of the Twitter hypo and what the Nintendo Wii U announcement means for gamers. So because the Wii U is launched at that certain time, it's not valid some years after, for example. Okay, and of course, to share evergreen content, use social media. And the scope of this course is Facebook, and you will use, of course, evergreen content in your Facebook pages and in your Facebook groups.